Good evening, everybody. It is July 22nd, 2021. Going to take a look at Bitcoin and see what we're doing here. It is, I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised that we have not dumped from this area, especially after this giant rejection here. And the multiple bear divs that we're seeing and the overbought indicators. This feels like the beginning of a bull market. This is in bull market territory. This is what it does. It just grinds upwards, continuing in oversold territory for an extreme amount of time. However, I don't trade on feelings. I trade on the chart. And at the moment, the chart still has not proven it to me, and I'm not going to be aggressively longing this at the moment. So that being said, this is still my my main line here, this little high above 33.2, which again is coinciding with this green downtrend. That area has to be broken for me to abandon, at least temporarily, the more bearish path. We may, I don't know. This is all of this is just chop. I mean, for the past 3 months, it's just been chop, 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 right? So this is no different, and even if it breaks up above this, it could certainly just plummet back down at some point. You know, I'm trying to do everything I can do in order to make this make sense, but as I've said repeatedly over and over again, when you're dealing with these corrective moves that are not clearly impulses, they're all overlapping and whatnot, it's just going to leave you pulling your hair out. So I do not regret shorting. I think that was absolutely the right move, and it still may play out for us. We still may see a nice dump down here soon. This area obviously was pretty significant, this rejection here. We can certainly see it have a significant rejection again from there. Like I said, really the only thing is that it's just been grinding upwards and kind of doing a ascending triangle deal here. So we really just have to wait and see. If this if this gives me a breakout here, after a little bit more price action, we can hopefully try to divulge what it's doing. But I have said a couple times now that 36.6 is the next and more serious test. That would then eradicate this as the main two here. If we get above 36.6, it doesn't necessarily mean that we are 100% bullish, but it takes off the more immediate bearish concern anyway, which is what we've been looking for here. So a couple things to point out based on indicators. Like I said, we have hourly bear divs forming, lots and lots of them. We are still in oversold territory on the RSI. If we go to the 4 hour, we're very oversold on the PPO. There is a little bit more room on the RSI to go up, but really this entire time since, for the past few weeks anyway, this has been the top right here, and we're butting up against it right now again. So seeing a reaction, a rejection from the zone on the 4 hour would not be surprising at all. Technically this count is still valid, although this 4 is significantly higher than it was expected to go, but still valid as long as it doesn't go above that too. And then if we go over to the daily, this is where it starts getting interesting. I posted in the group with the members today that I hoped the daily would give us something, either a big pump or a big dump, because, let me zoom in here, we've been looking at this RSI breakdown. We have this green line here that broke down, and I was looking for it to retest. It retested it on the 21st of July here with this big green candle, came up and just tapped it. And then today I was hoping that we would have a reaction downwards from it, or we'd have a clear close above it, but if we really zoom in, we can say that yesterday's candle closed above it, but it's just not significant enough for me to say that's a breakout. Now that being said, we do have this blue downtrend line has been the major sticking point. We kind of went through it a little bit right here and then rejected, and we are kind of in that area right now again. I mean, technically that is above that blue line, so we may be dealing with a situation where that has now taken the lower lows off the table. I'm not, like I said, I'm not counting on that for sure, but it is possible right now. So with a little bit more proof on the lower time frame charts and a daily that closes above, if we continue bullishly tomorrow and break out through this and closes back, closes above here and doesn't close back below the blue line, that would give us a pretty good indication that those lower lows are very possibly off the table then. I'd really like to see, again, we're looking for retests, whether it's price action or RSI. We can have a little pump up and then come down to retest. That would be fantastic. And that may look something like, I don't know on price action what it would look like for sure, but maybe we come up and hit this daily 50, which hasn't been touched yet, and then come back down and retest this green downtrend. That might match up really nicely with this, and we could pick up some longs in pretty much the exact area we're in right now, but after it's proven itself. And really that's, when you're trading, that's really what you want to do. You want to look for where does it prove a little bit more that it is intending to continue in that direction, and something like this would give me that indication. So that's what I'm going to be looking at for the daily to get more aggressive. As you all know, I have been accumulating in this zone. I've pushed in a whole bunch of new money in this low $30,000 range, and a couple times under 30, right around, had buys right around 29 that hit back here. I still have a little bit of extra capital that I'm going to deploy down at 24, 25K as well if we do get that. But yeah, this is, I'm not selling my spot Bitcoin. This is not the time to sell your spot Bitcoin. The shorts that I'm doing are really just a hedge against that and to make a little bit of money if we do come down into this area. So that's the story on Bitcoin, and we'll see if we have a dump overnight or a pump overnight, or maybe it just keeps chopping around. Who knows? All right. Good night, everybody, and we'll touch base in the morning.